This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Richard Kellam. He is the president and CEO of DATA Communications Management Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is DCM on the TSX. And Data Communications will actually be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference in Las Vegas, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening May 3rd through the 5th, 2022 at Bally's Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. For more information to attend and see Data Communications present, go to www.planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Richard, thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Thanks, Rob. I'm good. All
right, Richard, before we get into an update, because we did have you previously on the program, how would you describe Data Communications Management? What's that one line?
Simplifying complexity. Our value we bring to clients is to help them simplify, a fairly, sort of chaotic marketing world that they may have. And the one line would be, we're there to help you simplify complexity. That really is our unique selling proposition in the market.
Good. Very good. Well, it's been a little bit since we did our first interview together. I think we published that. I know we published that on November 15th, 2021. Yeah. So let's get an update. What would you say are some of the company's highlights since that?
Well, November, I would have been, what's that? March through November. What is that? Kind of, 5 months, 6 months into my gig. I'm now just crossed the year. So I started March 8th last year. So I'm just over a year now, and we've made some really kind of significant progress over the last year. I think the last connect I had with you, Robert, we were talking about our strategy moving from a print first company to a digital first company and getting traction around changing the conversations that we're having with our pretty extensive sort of client base, and we're making some great progress in that direction.
Very good. So of all the progress that you've made so far, not just since November, but even since joining the company, what would you say investors have, you've done a couple events now, so you've done a number of one-on-ones. I mean, what have investors been responding to the most thus far in terms of your progress?
Yeah. So a couple things. Clarity of strategy, right? We know exactly where we're going for the next, 5 years. And we've got a bunch of change management projects that support that strategic direction. And then around that strategy as well, we've got a theme we call building a better business and also building a bigger business. And we've been, kind of relentlessly focused on building that better business this year as we work to build a bigger business. So things like headcount reduction and productivity improvements. Shortly after I joined, we had a pretty sizable leadership team optimization. We've done a lot of factory consolidation, office consolidation, debt reduction, and a lot of, other activities, such as, client listening and associate engagement, et cetera. So lots of work to build a better business. And we're seeing those results, across all of our financials, some real solid improvements. And then on the bigger business side, of course, the lifeblood of any business is to show growth, right? And I'm happy to report that we had a very solid second half of 2021. If you look at our first half, we still had obviously impact of COVID headwinds. We were down about 16.8% in the first half, and our second half was almost flat to a year ago. In fact, some kind of minor growth in the modest growth in the fourth quarter as well. And one thing I've learned from my 36 years in business is that momentum builds momentum. So we've got good momentum coming into quarter one of this year as well. So really happy with the better business and bigger business, and certainly shareholders are looking at us putting those points on the board, if you will.
Very good. So I asked you this question back in November about value catalysts going into 2022. We're in 2022. So from what you can tell us, how's 2022 looked so far? And then going ahead, again, from what you can tell us, what does that look like?
Yeah, I can't really report on quarter one, obviously, because we'll be sort of unpacking that and releasing that. I think it's the 11th of May. But what I can tell you, as I said earlier, that momentum kind of builds momentum. So we had a good exit. Good exits generally mean strong entries, and the conversations that were, excuse me, it's a client calling me actually. The conversations we're having with clients are fantastic conversations. So we're really, I think back in November, there were more clients that were unaware of our total capabilities, including our digital capabilities, than were aware of those capabilities. And we've really changed that momentum, over the course of the last kind of 3, 4, 5 months. And so the conversations we're having with clients are very different conversations today than they would have been, kind of 4 or 5 months ago. And that of course will deliver dividends, as we progress through 2022.
Well, with that, where can our audience go and get more information on data communications management?
They can go to our website, and that is datacm.com. And we actually just released our whole new kind of branding and new website today. And there's an investor link there, and all the information, including presentations of our last quarter and our annual results, and a lot of videos that really talk about our strategy and progress we're making against it. So datacm.com on the investor link.
Very good. Well, Richard, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I'll see you in Vegas.
Thanks. See you in Vegas. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Take care.